In recent years, in some major Chinese cities, an increasing number of people are sleeping in parks, under bridges, overpasses, and subway entrances. Even more alarming is the fact that according to statistics, homelessness in China is becoming increasingly prevalent among younger people, with those under 33 years old accounting for 61%, while those over 60 years old only account for 25%.
你吃饭了没？
Have you eaten? Not yet. Then I'll order you a bowl of noodles. Can I buy some water? Sure. Do you want noodles? No noodles. What about rice? Do you want rice? Whatever. Then I'll buy you some. Why? Because I see you haven't eaten yet, okay? Then wait for me, wait for me. In major Chinese cities, more and more people are sleeping in parks. Among them are food delivery workers, the unemployed, and young people who have just graduated from university but are struggling to find jobs. Data shows that as of the end of May 2025, approximately 24.1 million people in China will be homeless, 5.3 times as many as in 2020. A netizen in Zhejiang discovered that someone was curled up in a park pavilion, spending the night. In addition, underpasses, parks, greenbelts, and the back entrances of shopping malls are increasingly becoming temporary shelters for migrant workers. When I came to work this morning, I saw a cup of soy milk left untouched on the sofa by the door. I was curious who was wasteful as not to drink it. I checked the security camera footage and it turned out that a homeless woman had been sleeping by the door the night before. A young man passed by in the morning. Because it was quite cold, he hesitated for a while, going back and forth several times, before finally waking her up. He gave her rice noodle rolls and then gave her money. I think that's positive energy. I've been living in this underpass for almost 2 months now. It's a warm little haven, sheltered from the wind and rain, where I can live my own little life undisturbed. The underpass is actually quite nice and provides shelter from the wind and rain.
现在是早上7点钟。
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Perhaps they think it's still early, as most people haven't gotten up yet. They live and sleep on the streets, year after year. Most of those who live under Guangzhou Bridge are delivery people. Some are laborers or homeless. Seeing this scene fills me with sorrow. Under the heavy burden of life, this corner becomes their only refuge, and it's heartbreaking. Many people live under bridges in Guangzhou. Let me show you how difficult life is in Shanghai. To save on rent, they're willing to live under bridges. They sleep here at night and can cook here during the day. Life is so tiring. Brothers, I found a new place to stay. Look, such a big tin shack. Now I'll start cleaning it up and then I can set up the tent. The surrounding area is all remote and mountainous. Not many people come here. There are still a lot of mosquitoes, so many mosquitoes, setting up the tent. The blogger said that a few days ago he received bad news. His father is hospitalized for eye surgery and he transferred $430 home. His mother can't do any heavy work now because she had a brain hemorrhage 2 years ago, but fortunately she recovered quite well, which is considered lucky. Look, folks, the police are checking rooms here. This is under a bridge in Guangdong, full of homeless people and minor internet celebrities. Look at all these people. The police come every few days to check for outsiders. If they find any, they register them. It's not like you can just stay anywhere. Some overpasses in Guangzhou have become overnight shelters for food delivery drivers. For them, the monthly rent of $140 is too expensive. They'd rather sleep on a cardboard box under the overpass and send the money home. A similar situation exists in Shanghai, where a 24-hour McDonald's store has become a temporary shelter for the homeless. Employees usually don't drive them away, tacitly allowing them to sleep in the store. In Beijing, the main sleeping areas are at train stations, train station plazas, plaza underpasses, and overpasses. Unlike Guangzhou and Shenzhen, the identities of Beijing's homeless population are more diverse, including unemployed white-collar workers, migrant workers, job seekers, petitioners from other provinces, and bankrupt vendors.
已经年底了，还有多少人和我一样
It's almost the end of the year. How many people are still lying in their rented rooms like me, unable to find work, sleeping until late morning every day, oblivious to the passage of time, constantly thinking about finding a job, finding one but not wanting to take it, then continuing the search over and over, day after day. Every day, just 3 apps, job postings, food delivery, and Douyin, a constant cycle. Sometimes when I get tired of my phone, I just stare blankly, feeling lost. Actually, what people fear most isn't being unemployed, but not knowing what they want to do, what they're capable of doing, and increasingly doubting and negating themselves. I don't want to socialize, I don't want to go out, I sleep when I'm tired, I order takeout when I'm hungry, and after eating, I lie down and play on my phone. I seem young, but I'm not so young anymore.
我被裁员了，今天是被裁员的第2天。
I was laid off. Today is the 2nd day since I was laid off. I guess no one in Shenzhen is worse off than me. I'm 40 years old and I have 2 children in high school who need money, and I need to take care of elderly parents, a middle-aged unemployed person without professional skills. Although I know the overall economic situation in Shenzhen isn't good this year, it still felt very sudden when it happened to me. Orders were dwindling and I didn't expect it to come so quickly. I went to work happily the day before yesterday and was called in for a meeting that afternoon. It was an internal company restructuring and almost everyone in my department was laid off. The company's performance wasn't good this year, but being laid off before the new year still felt very sudden. 15 years of work and laid off in minutes. The blogger said that as she thought about the approaching end of the year and the various expenses that would follow, she felt a very heavy weight on her shoulders. Her husband had just started working at a new company and hadn't fully settled in yet, and now she was suddenly unemployed. They had a fixed rent of $570 per month plus school fees for their children, and these expenses were almost suffocating her. What to do next? She had no idea. In such a big city like Shenzhen, she suddenly didn't know where to go. Life as a migrant worker in Shenzhen is tough. She can only grit her teeth and persevere. I'm off work. I've been laid off. This time it's really happening. What's going on? Laid off. What else happened? Why were you suddenly laid off? The company's projects aren't making money. There's nothing I can do. How about I treat you to something nice when we get back? Let's go home first, okay? I just finished my holiday today. I didn't expect it to be so soon. This afternoon, my boss messaged me to come to the office and we talked about it. So sudden. The blogger said that he started working right after graduation, constantly busy like a spinning top, never truly having a moment to relax. Now that he's been laid off, he just wants to find another job as soon as possible, even if it's opening a dumpling restaurant or setting up a street stall.
一转眼我已经躺平7个月了。
In the blink of an eye, I've been lying flat doing nothing for 7 months. From May to December this year, a full 7 months of being a couch potato. At first, I quit my job in Shenzhen and went back to my hometown, thinking I could spend time with my child and parents. In Guangzhou, I have some of the best friends and several close friends I can hang out with. My parents cook delicious food for me, and I have 5 dogs at home to keep me company. Life is very comfortable. Blogger Yaya said that living with her parents for a long time inevitably led to some gossip from the neighbors. Living with her parents for a long time also inevitably caused friction. In addition, she has almost no source of income at the time, and the pressure is increasing, leading to insomnia, often unable to sleep all night. Later, she thought since things are like this, why not go out and try something new? So she came to Shenzhen to start looking for work. But she was lost, unsure of her abilities, stuck in a rut. She couldn't handle the high-paying jobs, and she wasn't satisfied with the low-paying ones. After searching around for a while, she still hadn't found a suitable job. I went for 2 or more job interviews today and failed again. Why is it so difficult? I feel like I'm trapped in an inescapable anxiety. I can't sleep well at night anymore. I feel the pressure of being an adult is really too much. I'm so tired, so very tired. A netizen commented that the economic climate this year is bad and finding a job is indeed difficult. Many HR departments are now focused on KPIs, not genuine recruitment. I'm 39 years old, laid off, and haven't found a job for several months. Chinese New Year is almost here, and I dread the holidays now. Relatives and friends will all ask, "Where are you working now? How much do you earn a month?" I really don't know how to answer.
我失业了，今天主管通知我干到今天。
I'm unemployed. My supervisor told me today that I have to work until today, mainly because the boss thinks the order volume isn't as high as expected. Actually, I had anticipated this beforehand and told my wife, but when I messaged her this afternoon, she was a little surprised because she thought I might work until the end of the month. She didn't expect it to be so soon. But it's also a good thing. It's time to start looking for work sooner because it's peak hiring season now and many companies have this kind of need. I'm definitely getting older now. It's not easy to find a job as a middle-aged person these days.
29岁未婚独居
I'm a 29-year-old unmarried single male working in a large factory in Shenzhen. This is a typical day at work. I woke up at 7 a.m. The morning sun shone in from the balcony. I'm used to drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. My day starts with brushing my teeth and washing my face. My hair was a bit frizzy, so I washed it, shaved, and got ready to leave. At this time of year, the mornings and evenings in Shenzhen are very comfortable. I bought some egg twists at the cafeteria for 90 cents. My busy day began at the office. I had some dried tofu and shredded pork for lunch at the cafeteria for $1.20. I got off work a little late today. Stepping out of the office building, the evening breeze is very refreshing. The blogger said he got home around 8 p.m., unloaded the day's fatigue, and changed into comfortable clothes. He cooks a very simple meal every night, spending less than $3 a day, and he believes saving money is important. He enjoys a simple and ordinary life every day.
我的烤肉店关门了，我是云南人。
My barbecue restaurant is closed down. I'm from Yunnan, born in the 90s and 35 years old. I ran this restaurant for over 3 months, but due to various reasons, it wasn't profitable. So I had to say goodbye. Many people advise me not to try anything more, not to go into the food service industry, but I quit my job to stay at home and raise my child for 6 years, and I've been out of the workforce for 6 years. A 35-year-old middle-aged woman can't even get into a factory to tighten screws, let alone find a suitable job. It's almost impossible. Blogger Ah Ting said that she only knows how to run a food service business. She doesn't know anything else. Next, she plans to open a small noodle shop, which might reduce the pressure.
你看，花了1100万装修的店。
Look at this shop, which spent $1.2 million on renovations, but today's revenue is only $300. I run Minnan Cuisine restaurant in Zhengzhou, and many friends have suggested we close it or relocate. But we can't take the renovations with us. They cost $1.2 million. Actually, a lot of money was spent on details that people don't see. For example, look at this. It's made up of small bricks. And look at these details above. The labor cost for the craftsmen alone was $140 per square meter. We went through several batches of craftsmen, none of whom could do it. The female owner said that the shop's lights look ordinary, but they were actually bought at high prices from Guangzhou. They spent hundreds of thousands of RMB to create this conch-shaped staircase. Despite all this effort, the restaurant's revenue hasn't increased. Now she's in a dilemma, unsure what to do. She hopes everyone can give her some advice. One netizen said they've always lived in Henan province and still aren't used to Minnan cuisine, the cuisine of the south of Fujian province, because there are too many Minnan people here. Some netizens commented that spending heavily on renovations is the dumbest thing to do when opening a restaurant. If your food is delicious and affordable, you'll still have customers lining up even without renovations. Many old restaurants are hidden deep in alleys, they don't renovate, and they still have a lot of customers. Spending $1.2 million on renovations is a huge waste.
各位实体老板娘，不要再焦虑了。
Dear brick-and-mortar business owners, don't be anxious anymore. Your business isn't doing well. Frankly, it has little to do with your product display, your pricing, or your store location. The goods are basically the same, and you can't lower the prices much further. To put it bluntly, it's just a lack of customers. If I gave you 30 or 50 people in your store every day, your business would still be very good. It's not a problem with your sales ability. If all e-commerce is shut down for 3 or 4 months right now, the entire physical industry will improve, don't you think?
谁能想象啊，旺季的市场。
Who could have imagined that the peak season market would be even slower than the off-season? Anyway, this year coupled with the high temperature has resulted in nobody being there. Everyone thought that December, the peak season, would be a time to sell a lot of down jackets and other winter essentials. But nobody's selling them. There's nobody there. Where have all the people gone? For those of us running wholesale markets now, it's eerily quiet. We have no customers on our phones. We basically rely on walk-in customers. Many female shop owners are finding it really difficult to make a single sale.
兄弟们，我真的快受不了了。
Brothers, I really can't take it anymore. I set up a stall at 6:30 and it's 9:30 now. 3 hours and I haven't sold a single item. I feel like I'm just not cut out for business. I'm not cut out for it. Besides working in a factory, I can't think of any better way out. I have to shoulder everything alone. There's no guidance ahead, no support from my family. No matter what I do, I can't make money. With the rent due soon and the bank sending debt collection messages, how am I supposed to live? Why can't this world accept me? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.